Now let's do some checks and balances. The Clinton campaign is strongly denying she'll concede after tonight's primary results. Well, it turns out she's staying in to gain some leverage. Her aides say she's open to being Senator Barack Obama's running mate as vice president. Is there any chance that she'll, one, quit the race, and two, be accepted by Obama for vice president? And is Obama resisting because of the possibility of getting Bill Clinton back in the White House and have to deal with that factor? Joining us now by phone, Super Delegate Donald Fowler. He's a Clinton supporter, and Democratic strategist Lisa Witter. Donald, let's start with you on the telephone. So give us the latest. You know, this is big news that your candidate will indeed consider being a running mate to Obama.
Well, you know, I'm not sure that that's directly from the source. I think that's a rumor. I just resist making predictions about what Senator Clinton could or should do. She's a woman of great capacity and character and judgment, and I just think that she's resisting being pushed into any decision at this time, and I certainly support her in that. We don't know what these last two states will do, and that could have some effect on her plans.
But it seems pretty certain, because the latest wire that we're from AP is that on a conference call, Lisa, Clinton saying that she was willing to become Obama's vice presidential candidate. So Donald there was questioning that information, but apparently she was on the conference call saying it herself.
I think there's going to be a lot of rumors back and forth until she really sets stage and goes, this is what I'm going to do. But I think it's time for her to really, after tonight, say it's time to focus on beating McCain. It's time for her to get out. The Americans have had their choice. I do not want the super delegates to decide this. I want the American people.
Have the Americans actually decided it, though? I mean, most of the polls, when it looks to, you break down the numbers, it's like 17 million to 17 million or whatever the latest numbers are. Looks like it's basically a split decision, but the rules, the way that the delegates and the super delegates are deciding their votes. And Donald, I guess I'll throw that to you. I mean, what is the deal? I mean, is there going to be some backroom deals being cut at the end of this? Are the American people actually being represented?
There have been more Americans vote in the Democratic primaries and caucuses this year than ever in the history of this country. The American people are speaking. They're speaking that in the form that they like both Senator Obama and Senator Clinton, and neither should be pushed into these decisions about being somebody's running mate or getting out of the candidate.
Pushed into a decision?
Give them time to think through this thing and make the right decision for themselves and the American people.
But when is enough? Isn't it time to push them?
And the other thing is,
no, they don't need you or me to push them. They need to have plenty of time, plenty of background to make the right decision.
Okay, Donald, that's all great and dandy and everything. That's all great and dandy, but Lisa, the other question is that, boy, McCain is just gaining traction and gaining traction while the Democrats are fighting it out and being very divisive and so forth.
This will be decided relatively soon.
McCain is another Bush.
48 hours.
Donald, let's let Lisa jump in here.
He's a good Southern gentleman. He'll let me talk. I know,
Go ahead.
Mr. Fowler. This is going to be decided in the next 72 hours, 2 weeks, whatever. We're going to move forward. But what's true is the Democrats are going to really move united and forward. But Obama has some stuff to do to get some women voters back, and I really hope he's thinking about that right now. You know, I would love to see Hillary Clinton, should this work out, be the vice presidential candidate. That would be very exciting to me. He needs to make a seminal speech on gender, just like he did on race, and maybe even commit to half the cabinet being women.
Well, let's touch on that then. If this, does come to fruition and it does prove true, boy, you're talking about two very strong personalities.
Holy cow.
I mean,
that's not exactly Bush Cheney.
Yeah, it would be
lottery on that thing,
It would be a strong ticket, yes, but I mean, I would always also question, could they make it work?
They could make it work. These two are amazing patriots. They're adults. They have great political skills. They would figure it out.
Donald,
I think the American people will be very comfortable in the fact that none of us on this conversation is going to make that decision. People much brighter, and with the interest of the American people in our future at heart will make that decision. They'll make the right decision, and they don't have to make it on our timetable. They should make it on their timetable.
Amen to that, Donald. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Guys, Lehman